Tesla has reportedly filed plans for a solar manufacturing facility in Fort Bend County, Texas, roughly 40 minutes from Houston, targeting 100 gigawatts of annual production capacity, a figure that arrives on top of Terafab, a planned Optimus factory, and multiple existing battery and vehicle plants, adding yet another enormous facility to Musk's growing industrial footprint. To put the number in context, the entire United States currently has around 74 gigawatts of solar module manufacturing capacity total. Tesla is proposing a single factory that could outproduce the country's existing industry combined. This is a filed proposal with real numbers attached, not a stage comment Musk made in passing and moved on from. The project's internal name is Project Crystal Sun, and the filing details are specific. A total investment potentially reaching $10.1 billion, roughly 9,712 permanent full-time jobs, more than 10,000 additional construction jobs at peak, construction targeted to begin in late 2026, completion by 2028, and commercial operations possibly starting as early as the first quarter of 2029. That's a real multi-year build timeline, not an imminent opening, and worth being clear about, since it's easy to read filed plans as operational when they're very different stages. What makes this different from just another factory announcement is how much of the supply chain Tesla wants to control directly, rather than assembling from parts sourced elsewhere. The filings describe production lines covering silicon ingot creation, wafer cutting, photovoltaic cell processing, and final module assembly, a vertically integrated chain from raw material to finished panel, rather than importing cells from Asia and assembling them under a Tesla badge the way much of the industry currently operates. Most of the global solar supply chain's upstream stages, particularly wafer and cell production, currently run through China. Bringing that much of the process onshore would be a meaningful structural shift for Tesla's cost control and supply security, not just a manufacturing scale play for its own sake. The 100 gigawatt figure is genuinely hard to contextualize without a direct comparison. First Solar, the largest domestic solar manufacturer in the U.S., is expected to reach around 17.7 gigawatts by 2027. Tesla's target is nearly 6 times that. The entire U.S. installed roughly 32 gigawatts of solar in all of 2023, meaning Tesla is targeting a single manufacturing system capable of producing more than 3 times what the whole country installed in a year. And Tesla doesn't need to hit the full 100 gigawatt number for this to matter. Reaching even 50 gigawatts would likely make it the largest solar manufacturer in the U.S. outright, and 20 gigawatts alone would put it immediately among the industry's leaders. The real question isn't whether Tesla hits exactly 100 gigawatts. It's what happens to the U.S. solar market if it hits any meaningful fraction of that. That question comes with real reason for caution, though, because Tesla's solar track record isn't clean, and it's worth understanding exactly what went wrong before assuming this attempt learned the right lessons. Solar Roof, introduced in 2016, promised glass roof tiles with integrated photovoltaic cells that would generate power while looking like ordinary roofing material. A genuinely appealing pitch that ran into a genuinely difficult reality once it left the stage. The tiles were expensive to manufacture, installation was labor-intensive, and every home required its own custom configuration at exactly the moment the rest of the solar industry was standardizing hard to drive costs down and scale production. By 2021, the cracks were visible. Some customers saw contract prices jump from around $72,000 to nearly $146,000 after they'd already signed, disputes that eventually led to a roughly $6 million class action settlement. Musk had projected 1,000 installations a week. Wood Mackenzie estimated the actual peak rate at somewhere between 21 and 32 roofs weekly, with only about 3,000 total ever built across the entire program's life. Tesla-certified installers reportedly can no longer even take solar roof orders, and Tesla's own product page has shifted focus back to conventional panels. That failure is arguably the most useful context for understanding Project Crystal Sun, because the lesson it points to is almost the opposite of what Solar Roof tried to do. Solar Roof tried to make solar more bespoke, more architecturally integrated, more custom, while the market was rewarding standardization, bigger production runs, heavier automation, and lower unit costs. Crystal Sun isn't trying to reinvent what a solar panel is. It's trying to manufacture an already standard product at a scale few competitors could realistically match. The timing lines up with genuinely favorable underlying economics, independent of anything Tesla-specific happening at all. Solar module prices have fallen by roughly 10,000 times over the past 50 years, according to figures cited by renewable energy analyst Ray Wills, following a remarkably consistent pattern where costs drop roughly 20% every time cumulative global solar capacity doubles worldwide. That's a genuine feedback loop, not a one-time trend. More deployment teaches manufacturers to build more efficiently. Falling prices grow demand. Growing demand justifies bigger factories, and bigger factories enable more automation and further cost reduction, each generation making the next one cheaper. Solar's cost structure is also fundamentally different from fossil generation. Nearly all the expense sits in the upfront hardware, and after that the fuel is free, which is a very different economic shape than needing to continuously mine, extract, or transport fuel indefinitely just to keep generating. There's also a strategic angle worth taking seriously rather than dismissing as speculation. Musk has repeatedly said electricity supply, not chip count, could become the real ceiling on AI's growth over the coming years. And Tesla is simultaneously building Powerwall, Megapack, and large-scale battery storage capacity in Texas at the same time as all of this. Controlling generation equipment, not just storage, would close the loop on powering its own factories, AI infrastructure, and eventually robots and autonomous fleets without depending entirely on external electricity markets and grid capacity that other AI companies are all competing for simultaneously. Seen that way, Project Crystal Sun reads less like Tesla simply re-entering a product category it once struggled with, and more like one piece of a considerably larger energy strategy sitting underneath everything else the company is building right now. So, does Tesla actually pull off a 100 gigawatt solar factory? Or does this end up another ambitious announcement that looks far more impressive in a filing than it does in practice years from now? Given the Solar Roof history, that's not an unreasonable question to ask. But the underlying economics and the strategic logic behind owning generation, not just storage, are both real. What's your actual read? Execution risk or genuine industrial strategy this time?